Welcome back to the MPL as we get into our second game of the night between Control Alt and Death Awaits. Really quick pointer, wanted to say congratulations to Serpent Esports for pulling out the 2-1 victory over Ambition. Fantastic job to them. But as we are looking in, we have a little bit of a change up in complexity going Zaris, Markidu bringing back the steal, going back with the Pop Hero with on that phase, Undead Hero, Horde wanting to grab the Decker, and then as well, Kira with Almond O.
I think that's interesting here. After that late game, you'd think they would switch that mid lane and that at least the Steel jungle up. I mean, Pop Hero playing fantastic in the mid. Steel did what he had to do, but it was what I said from the beginning. The kill power was a little lacking there. Maybe they use that more in replacement with Decker as a little addition to their kill power. I mean, obviously, Decker is a stronger support. Kira has that good ult. I think it maybe complement that Steel ult. I don't really like the Zaris offlane. I love him in the jungle. But offlane, I don't know if he's going to have the pull that they need to really bring it back. Obviously, they're down 0-1. I got to be curious on why they kept the Steel phase.
Honestly, I actually quite like the Steel phase. The mobility and the potential what they have right there, especially really early game, they were able to do so much damage and get around the map very, very well. Steel was doing a lot more damage than I saw, wanting to get aggressive with the engages, has great stun potential, and did have some very strong ganks really early game. What happened a little bit last game was just during the end game, it became just not enough to get solid ganks. They needed better just team kills.
Now, speaking of damage, Control stuck with most of their team. They have Skylar, a high damage carry. They took Aurora from Death Awaits and put her on the support, upping their damage more. Then they have that Gadget ult with that ult combo between Aurora and Gadget could just keep everyone in place there. That could really be detrimental. They keep the Gadget, they keep the Quang, and they keep the Shimby. This is a very high kill power team versus a team that I'm very questionable about. Zaris is getting the best of the Shimby right now in offlane. The wave pressure is on Shimby's side, but Zaris is winning in the damage department.
Absolutely. Shimby not really wanting to get super aggressive just yet, wanting to conserve some of that mana, especially since it's starting to get pretty low. But Pop Hero starting to kind of rotate around somewhat, looking to grab their river buff here and then get back to lane. Wanting to just put a little bit more pressure down.
We are seeing a repeat in this mid lane here. Pop Hero is doing a good job of keeping that Gadget in her tower, like he's doing again right here. It looked like there was maybe a potential group up on Steel. We're looking at a gank here in duo lane. Grabs the Kira.
Finds the tether. Walls off.
Put on that massive damage. Cottonmouth in the tower. Little aggressive. He has to use his blink.
So extremely low. Does find the kill. The tower absolutely shreds through the Quang's health, but able to get out of that. Not enough follow-up, especially with just the Decker there. 3 characters, it's not going to be enough.
And maybe with Steel coming over there, if Steel were to come over and didn't die, he might have had a cleanup. We had a bunch of people over there that were 1 to 2 shots. I mean, all 3 of them took tower shots to the point where they were on 1 bar. Gadget is still getting pushed into a tower by Pop Hero, but right now, Control, it's getting the best of these team fights.
Absolutely. It might be right now a detriment, especially since they know the game plan of the Dawn side. Playing these unconventional heroes up against in just unconventional spots. I'm liking the picks still. I think if they get aggressive in a better team way, it could really be a detriment to the Dust side.
And I really think what's interesting here is I hated on the Zaris, but he is performing pretty well over here in offlane. We do have Control looking for the Seedling here. I think they get it for free. I'm curious to see who they give the XP to. And they give it to Quang. That's not a bad pick there. Getting Quang up, he's a monster. We do have Aurora in mid lane here, helping the Gadget. Steel's looking to help clean that up.
Looking to just push back the lane as well, doing a little bit of damage and just forcing them to get back. Dual lane has also arrived here in the mid lane. Possibly looking for a team fight, but a lot of them just wanting to back off, not wanting to take this position.
Deathawaits is starting the Fang Tooth here, a little aggressive. We do have Quang and Skylar coming through, looking to kill Undead here. Decker is doing a good job at zoning. Gadget.
Looking for a little bit of placement to try to steal this Fang away.
And they get it.
Dawn takes it.
Now, we've seen this last game. Deathawaits was very good early. Now, that way
Big
the team
wall.
fights
Big wall for the ADC here. Catches them.
Oh!
Big
Top hero
pull from the
saved
phase, however.
And we saw this a lot. I mean, the team fights aren't going their way this game, but the objectives did go their game a little early. We could see the team fights are a little pivotal. Maybe Control is playing around these odd picks. It's looking like Dual Lane's going to get some free tower damage here. Maybe Kira can try to counter it, but I don't think she's going to get much out of it.
And I think that's one of the nice things about having that phase, though, on this team, having a little bit of extra pull and support ability to get them out of some really bad situations. In any other situation, that Kira is dead. But because they have the phase, is able to just pull them out and live another day. Big wall coming through so they can just go ahead and back off.
And with phase rotating,
looking to grab the gold.
They are keeping their blinks with phase being able to pull them out. Kira has her blink available still because of that phase pull. If not, if she didn't have that blink up, she could have died.
Looking for a mid lane gank. Flash out from the gadget. Very important there.
And this is the duo we're talking about the most. That steal and that phase. Pop Hero did incredible with phase last game. And we saw him and Steel walking around a lot. I wonder if that group up is part of their plan. Maybe keep that phase in, let him come out whenever Pop Hero wants him to, and keep him safe. They didn't die much until the end.
Absolutely. Quang, though, doing a pretty good job at trying to just rotate around, put some pressure into some of these other lanes. Wanting to go back and grab their blue real quick as this off lane start to fight and exchange some blows. A little bit of damage here and there. Wanting to just back off a little bit, finds just more and more damage. Finds the ult, but flashes out. Shinbi able to walk away from that fight at the cost of a flash.
And now Quang is looking to come here. Shinbi is backed. I wonder if this team's going to look for a Mini Prime last game. I didn't see much action on Mini Prime in that last matchup. Zars does manage to get his green buff, but it looks like he's going to get a matchup with Quang, and he is not winning it so far. We could see Zars dying here. Does he have his blink? He does.
Does get stunned, does get thrown up in the air. Taking too many tower shots, doesn't want to continuously go into that fight. Shinbi does get back into the lane to start trying to put more pressure back on there.
And that's something I've been seeing a lot.
Coming here in mid, Aurora wanting to come in.
That's something I've been seeing a lot from Control Alt. They seem to be getting a little tower divey this game. Maybe it's some overconfidence. Maybe they just know they can get out, but they have been low multiple times due to diving towers to try to secure kills.
Confidence is good, but it might be to the detriment of them as well. Wanted to grab Mini Prime. Looks like they will be able to take it for pretty much free here. Too far away is the steal. Question is, who do they give it to? Looks like the Shinbi has taken the Mini Prime. Wanting to push that lane a little bit more, which honestly I think is a good idea, especially since right now I think Shinbi is getting beat out by the enemy Zarus.
And I think what we have to look at here is, again, with this new patch, both objectives are down, but we do have the Shaper in play. I wonder what team is going to go and try to take that. I do believe it's still a seedling, though. So it's just an XP buff for the time being, but could they try to secure that just to kind of counter that Mini Prime a little, get some gold, get some XP for one of their players?
Jake Zombie wanted to get aggressive here. Unfortunately, just misses the hat there. Not able to get any more damage onto Pop Hero.
And we do see Control going for the seedling, going to secure it for free here. I'm not sure who secured that. Maybe a group up on dual lane, though.
Absolutely. Wanted to pinch out these guys right here. Decker able to walk away at least.
We do have a slight group up in mid. I don't think they're going to get much value unless this gadget overextends. Dual lane is getting pushed in.
A little bit of poke and prod might be helpful here. An ult comes through on the mid laner.
And looking for gadget.
Is get caught. Nice pull to mitigate a little bit more of that damage. Another team fight most likely going to come in and starting on this Fangtooth. Big wall getting out the mid laner and the jungler. Backing off from the Fangtooth, hopefully trying to take some more kills here. Flash from Cottonmouth.
And now with their
Damage
mid
coming
laner
through.
down mid, a 5v4. Aurora drops her ult, gets a steal in the phase. Kwang's looking for him, and they secure the kill on Aurora. Looking for Kwang here. He blinks. Mark Judas still in his face. It's looking like he could go here.
Big stun on
And they do.
SS. Able to flash out and get out of that specific fight.
Now you gotta wonder
Solid
though.
trades.
Shinbi's on T2. She's looking for an inhib here. Steel's going back, but does he sacrifice having the smite on Fangtooth to save this inhibitor? And he does not. No one's looking at this inhibitor. We could look at a big back door right here. They're getting the Fangtooth, but they could lose an inhibitor, and Shinbi backs off.
Shinbi backs off, grabs the red, which is still fairly important here for, early in. We're only at 11 minutes. So getting that red could be extremely helpful. Duskside still wants to get aggressive here and maybe catch out this jungler, but able to get pulled out by the phase.
That's something we've seen twice now. FaZe has saved Kira from the pit after a Fangtooth, and now has saved Zarus from the pit on the Fangtooth. Shinbi is taking all of Steel's jungle right now, though, and she's securing half of an inhibitor.
Absolutely. Shouldn't be doing a great job at counter-invading the enemy jungler, making it just a little bit harder for them to try to get ahead. And is able to grab Cyan as well.
And now you also have Shinbi, who's offlane. Her T1 isn't even touched, and she's already at Zarus' inhib 11 minutes into the game here. Pop Hero still doing a fantastic job at containing Gadget, but Control, it seems to be wanting to group up earlier, just to take everyone out, and we got him on Steel right now. We got 3 men on Steel.
Solid pinch here on Steel, not able to get out.
And he's gone.
Just collapse onto the Steel to just shut him down very, very quickly.
And now we do have a fairly big difference in gold here from Control Alt. I mean, Control Alt's up 4,000 gold.